going to do my window. It's squeaky.
I have been the biggest retard in the world. Fucking, absolute fucking pain in the arse, to be quite honest.
Hello everyone and welcome to Driven by Tarrant. My name is Ben and you have just landed on part 2 of the Mini Cooper Sidewalk series. So if you need a recap, jog on back over to part 1. I'll leave the link below, have a watch and then come back on over. Anyway, so in this episode we're going to be taking this bad boy for an MOT and then we're going to give it a good clean and we're going to advertise and then I'm going to go show profit and loss. But there's definitely some ups and downs along the way. And also, I fucked this right up. Well done, Ben. But anyway, let's get into it. So I'm absolutely buzzing. We're just on our way to drop the Mini off for its actual MOT this time. We're having to do it in the evening because I work full time. Also, I'm a dad, so I kind of get a little slot in the evening where I get time to drop this off. We know it's going to pass because we've done a pre-MOT. So if you went back to part 1, you'll see we've done a pre-MOT. We needed disc and pads front and rear and a couple of reverse light bulbs, which we've done. So we know it's going to pass. Usually on a drive to an MOT you get a bit nervous thinking, is it going to fail? But I'm kind of content this time because we already know. There's a couple of things I have noticed on the drive here. Is that the gearbox seems a bit stiff. It has been sat for 5 months, so I'm wondering if it just needs adjusting and a bit of grease, to be honest. Also, the other thing I noticed was, you know in a van when you have no carpet and it's so loud and echoey, it's exactly what it's like in here. I don't have any car mats, so I'm going to order some up tonight and hopefully that makes a big difference. So we're just arriving to park it up for the night and I'll catch you, fingers crossed, when I pick the car up tomorrow. It passed with just one advisory of a tyre. So yeah, absolutely buzzing with that. Couldn't be more happier. Yeah, so let's go and get the car home now. So just got back from the MOT and it smelt hot, and we did give it a good rag on the way home, but it smelled really hot. So I've popped the bonnet open and the header tank is boiling over. It's overheated. So all the sunshine, smiling laughs have now been depleted. Just after we put a ticket on of 12 months, something else happens. It's absolute pain in the arse, to be quite honest. So we're gonna have to pull it apart and have a look. I know there was some heater hoses we adjusted when the LPG kit come off. We had to put a connector back on, but I've already found, I think, what the problem is. So let's have a look. We've definitely found the culprit. You can't really see from the camera from the top or the bottom. The bumper's in the way, but we've definitely found the problem. The water pump is all corroded and it's got red sticky coolant all over. So I don't know how long that's been leaking for, but I think it's give up the ghost. We're gonna take the front end off and see if we can get to it that way. I know a lot of people take inlet out, air filter out, everything to get to it, which I've YouTubed. But I think we could get to it by taking crash bar out, bumper off, everything move forward. I reckon we can get to the water pump. So we're gonna crack on with that and hopefully get it out sharpish.
just 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's not. There is 2 16s either side, so I'm just going to get a long reach to get them off. Right, this should be the last thing to get this crash bar off. And it's not a 16. It's not a 16. Must be a 15. It's not 15 either. That cannot be a 13 mil. That's tiny if it is. It is as well. You'd think for a crash bar, it wouldn't be 13 mils all round on it. And they're not tight either. And obviously it's held on by 6 anyway, but... One down. Right, well, that's all the bolts out. So, why haven't we got any movement? I have been the biggest retard in the world. And I've missed 2 bolts underneath. Oh, mate. Give a man a break. I bet that comes straight off now. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh well, it's off. Next part done. So we finally got the front end off. We had to take this leg off, which joins to the main chassis underneath there. It's just 2 bolts, 2 16, and then just had to hammer it out. There was a couple of little fiddly bits in here that we had to unbolt, but now this whole front rad should come forward. So just need to disconnect this hose, and then we should be able to pull it forwards and have a look. Got to the water pump now. We can see it's all kind of oxidized and bits of pink, so I reckon it's definitely the water pump. We're going to get it off anyway. Also, we're going to have to get to the thermostat, which is all joined in there. So if we take off the air box, I reckon we can get to it quite nicely. But we're going to go ahead and drain the rest of the coolant out, get the water pump, well, get the belt off, alternator, get the water pump off, and see what damage there is. So we've completely removed the water pump, so it's all off. We've had to just disconnect it from the main engine, so I've got that off. But funny enough, the header tank's still full of coolant, so that indicates to me that we're gonna have to take the airbox off and take the thermostat out. I reckon it's backed up from there, because if the header tank's still full and it's not come out the bottom of the hoses or come out from behind the power, water pump, I keep saying power steering pump, it's a fucking water pump. That's where it is. So we're going to take the airbox off and try and get to the thermostat. We've taken the battery out, we've taken the ECU out, we took the battery tray out, took the air filter off, and we finally got to the thermostat. The header tank was emptied after I took the top pipe off, and we've got the thermostat and housing out. So what we're going to do is a little trick to test to see if this thermostat is working or not. We'll chuck it in a bit of water, hot water in a bowl, and see if it opens or not. Other than that, we've got the parts on order for tomorrow. So we get it all fitted tomorrow and get it all back together. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we have solved the issue. So good news, all the parts have arrived. We have got water pump, thermostat, and red coolant. We're going to get it all put back together today. It's always easy taking the car apart, but putting it back together, I'm a little bit
little bit nervous. So I have called in my stepdad to come give me a hand today. So we're going to get it all back together, put the coolant back in, and hopefully we have solved the issue. And then we can finally get this episode to an end, give it a clean, and hopefully somebody takes it away and enjoys it as much as I have. So we're going to crack on with that now, and let's get it done.
So unfortunately the filming's going to be a little bit poor today. I've got the water pump on, I've got the alternator on, I've got the belt back on, battery tray's going back in, thermostat's all plugged in, all ready to roll. Reason why I'm not filming too much is because it's very stop-start and I don't want to bore you guys completely. So yeah, here's a rundown of where I am, and then I will give you another shout when the whole front end's back on. We'll put some coolant in, fire it up, and hopefully it's all ready to roll. Well, she's finally back together. We've put everything on: bumpers, crash bar, thermostat change, water pump done, coolant in, and we fully bled it. The only thing we have noticed is that the radiator is not kicking in. So we're going to give it a run and see if it does kick in. If it doesn't, then we're going to have to change the resistor on that. Yeah, we're going to give it a good clean. We've already given it a machine polish before it went in the garage, so I'm just going to whip over it, give it a quick detail, do all the trims again, and get some pictures done for it. But yeah, finally back together. Wanted to run through how I take pictures and what kind of equipment I use. So I use a Nikon D3200. I actually bought it for my girlfriend to do photography, and guess what? I use it for cars now because that got bored very quickly for her. So anyway, I use this instead of an iPhone because I generally think it takes a lot more sharper pictures. I've done some with iPhone and they come out really nice, but having kind of an independent camera plus a tripod, I think just changes the game for how the pictures really do look. Now, I'm going to post some pictures up now and really show you how I take pictures. So as you can see, we've got a left-hand side front, a right-hand side front, same again for the rear, a forward and reverse picture. So you can see all round the car. Then I like to jump in the back and then do some shots from the back seat. I think it just looks really, really professional. So I like to do that. Yeah, and really get some shots of the alloys, get some shots of under the bonnet. I like to just take some pictures with a really nice blank canvas background. So as you'll see in some of my pictures, I like just to have like a fence behind with a bush or a field. Try not to take them on a roadside or in a car park. I personally think it just looks awful. You'll see a lot of people doing it, but I think selling from like a nice private little car park, church car park, anything like that works 10 times better than on a side of a road, and you'll see a lot more conversion rate doing it that way. So yeah, that's how I take my photos. And yeah, any of you guys do anything different, let us know. So we're almost at the end of the episode and we're going to talk money. So on this side up here, we are going to be putting everything we've spent on the car from when I bought it to now, really. So got everything written down on my phone because I cannot remember everything. So buying the car, we bought it from Copart with fees and delivery back from, I think it was Bristol. It was all in all about £575. So that's our starting. From there, I bought some secondhand mirrors. They were £25 for the pair. From the same guy, I bought the power steering pump and pipes. That comes to a total of £60. So nice and cheap, really, secondhand. So that's not too bad. Then we hit with the LPG kit. I phoned a local garage and they quoted me £180 to get it removed. So, which is, you know, could have been worse. I spent £40 on transport for there and back. Then we've just done disc and pads all round, £118. Not too bad again, really. We've done a pre-MOT for 40. Then we've just done the other MOT, so another 40 to get it done. And then we had water pump, £71.99. Then we had the housing kit for £13. And then coolant, £12. And then we just had some miscellaneous, like bits of fuel, bits of insurance, little bits that's added up. So I'm pretty sure that takes us to a total of £1,199.99. Could be wrong, I've just added it up quickly, but there or thereabouts, we're like 1,200 quid into the car. Now, there is a few things that's still on the car that's not going to make it a little bit less desirable than a usual Mini Sidewalk. On the logbook, we've still got biofuel on there, which is frustrating. I'm in arguments with the DVLA trying to get it swapped back to petrol, as I've got a full headed letter with it saying it's been returned back to petrol, but they declined it. It wasn't sufficient enough. Don't know why, it should be. The other thing is the car has still a few dents on it. I'm not going to attack them. I don't really see why. It's an 07 plate car. It's going to have dents, so we're just going to put it up and get rid of it. I'm going to put it up for $1,450. All right, there's $250 margin to move in that. It's been sat here long enough. I'm going to take a sensible offer and just get it gone, to be quite honest. It's been a lot of hard work, and you can see I've spent a lot on it. Usually on an 07 plate car like this, you'd spend a couple of £100 to make a couple of £100, but it's gone on and on and on, and the time, completely priceless. It's, you know, when you spend the amount of time on this car, it's been ate up anyway. So it's my own time, which is free, but yeah, super frustrating. We're trying to sort the garage out and get it out of here, so let's get it up for sale. And you'll probably just have to keep an eye on my posts and my shorts to see what it sells for. I will put it in the comments for everyone to see, but this is going to be the end of the video. It's been a better episode, I think, a little bit more positive, a little bit better editing. I'm still learning every single day. It's my first time kind of doing YouTube, and I hope it gets better. I'll take any feedback at all, any positive or negative of how I can improve. But, you know, please like, subscribe and follow the journey, and it means a massive deal to me. So I will see you in the next one.